Alright guys, so my first step is always MAC Cosmetics Fix Plus. And when you spray it, you kind of want to spray it upwards so it springs onto your face rather than like I know some people do. Alright, not too much of that can make you oily, so if you are a little dry, that's probably the best cup of water you can have for your skin. So next step is a primer. The primer I love the most is Smashbox Cosmetics in the Photo Finish Primer. And I love this because it's more of a silicone base. And it's seriously the most smoothest primer. Liz Burley right now. Smoothest primer. I'm gonna work that in with my fingers. Alright, work that right in. After I do use my primer, I'm going in with Shiseido's Wrinkle Resist 24 Hour. And this is an intensive eye contour cream, so I'm just going to do that. Just like that. And I like to do a little bit, kind of where I like to highlight. Just so it's smoother. And it doesn't look so dry, because I know I've seen so many highlights out there where I'm like, yuck. Too much texture, too much dryness. And I'm really about skin, so I want to make sure everything's very smooth. Alright, if you have very, very oily eyelids, I would ask you to refrain from using this on top of the eyelids, but since mine are normal, it's aight. Foundations I'm going to be using today, I'm going to be mixing two. One is a high-end in Georgio Armani, and the second is the Matte Fit Me. The color in the Matte Fit Me is a 230 Natural Buff, and in the Georgio Armani Luminous Silk, I am a 7.5. Holla. Okay, 2 squirts of that. Something that's open like this, I highly recommend find a pump that's compatible with this. If not, good old spatula will do. Bring a little bit out onto the spatula, and I just usually wipe it on my skin just like that. I'm going to use a Real Technique sponge. First, I'm going to use the lighter foundation, which is the Matte Fit Me, on the center of my face. Shader to darker than my skin on the center of my face, so this really helps to blend everything out. It's actually my summer color, but I just can't stay away from it. I don't want to let you go, summer. So sad. Who else hates the cold? I hate the cold. Alright, after that is done, I like to give the skin a little bit of a break, let everything set, kind of let it do its own thing. If there's oils, if they're gonna abrupt, then let them abrupt. Take care of them after the eyes. So, for eyes, I like to use the Smashbox 24 Hour Eye Primer. With this product, I honestly don't recommend too much. You don't want to overbuild. So literally like just about that much. Okay. And then with my middle finger, I'm going to just blend that out. And remember, you don't have to use the eye primer all the way at the top. That's only if you're going to use eyeshadow there. So remember, use eyeshadow primer where you're going to place eyeshadow. If you're not going to place any eyeshadow in that area, I mean, there's really no need. You can maybe use concealer. What I really do like to do is do a little bit of highlighting with my Age Rewind Dark Circle Eraser in Neutralize. This I'm going to use right underneath the eyebrow. I love these sticks because they seriously highlight so nicely, and they set almost in this kind of like semi-matte finish, so it makes it really easier if you want to place like any type of eyeshadow. Okay, so after we do a little bit of that, it's time for eyeshadow. So today I'm going to be using Stardust Vegas Naze Palette from Too Faced, and the colors we're going to be using today is Chandelier. I'm going to use that with the 224 from MAC Cosmetics. Chandelier is a really nice light creamy color, so this is going to go right here. Just like that. I've never used Too Faced eyeshadow, so this is literally like my first time experiencing this. I'm really excited. I'm really using the tip of the brush, so it's not so heavy, not so hard. I want a really nice light, airy highlight, so the more you blend it out into the skin, the better it looks. So that you don't have to take care of all these little edges and the nooks and crannies after. Just take care of them now. Alright, so now I'm going to take this color right here called Millennial, and I'm going to use that right in the crease. And of course the crease is this dipped in area right above the eyeball and right under the brow bone, right in here. Once you feel that dip, it's exactly where your crease color goes. Always start in the outer corner. I feel like that's where we all like to gradually blend our makeup, so why not keep the heaviest point there, right? I like to do my makeup in a really technical and strategic way, like less mess, less is more, you know, like I like less steps, kind of get the job done faster. But always know when to take your time. Yes. Now we're gonna take Girls Night, and then we're gonna do that on the outer corner. I'm gonna change my brush, and the brush I'm gonna use is Max 221, and it's seriously the best blending brush for the corner. It's really nice and tight, keeps your corner really concentrated, and it builds really nicely, so I highly recommend it. And again, the strokes, when it comes to my outer corner, are definitely a lot more smaller. They don't spread out as fast, because I really like to see the contrast between all the shades that I use. I want to see my heart on work, you know what I mean? Alright, oh, so pretty. Loving this color so far. And then you can always go back in with like your fluffier brush and then just softly buff that out. Alright, now I'm going to even that dark corner out. So now I'm going to go back in with the 24-hour base, and I'm only going to apply that on my eyelid. And that is honestly my secret, more of a brighter eyelid. Anything flatter is always going to give you more color payoff. Just really work that into my hand, just like that. Using a really soft pressure, you're gonna feel that like kind of semi-sticky pull. You want to be able to feel that. You want to make sure your base is fresh. Okay, so now we're gonna go in with Chandelier and Millennial. So I'm gonna mix both. The way I'm doing that is I just do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And I'm just gonna create my own peach. I feel like every palette deserves their own peach. And we're just gonna warm it up. Just gonna peachify it. It's a really nice light makeup. I'm just gonna slowly kind of like stamp it out. Of course, if you're using like a really dark smoky effect, then you're probably gonna wanna wait for that. So now we're gonna dip into brows. Alright, so the pencil I'm using now is Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in Caramel. I don't like too dark of a brow, especially since my hair is bleached out, so I like more of like a taupey brow. So I have a scar right through there, as you can see. I had the most difficult time growing up when trying to deal with that and like plucking my eyebrows and stuff, so thankfully this pencil just glides right through it. Completely shades it in. And the technique with the brow, especially with the pencil, you want to make sure you just kind of sketch through the brow. So light pressure. Nothing too heavy. The heavier your pressure, the darker the color will seem on the brow. Alright. And then you want to make sure not to square it off too much, so I always like to just kind of stamp it out. If ever you have too much product right through your brow, just brush it out. It seriously makes the biggest difference. Alright, so next I'm going to use one of my favorite liners right now, and that's the Tartiste? I'm not really sure to say that. Anyways, tiny bit of that. I use like literally like nothing because I'm gonna use it in my waterline. The brush of choice is the 242 from MAC Cosmetics. So the trick is to push up into the lash line and then flick it through the lash. And then with the edge of the actual brush, I just kind of use the rest of it through my lash line. Alright, so we're going to use a little bit of mascara, and today's mascara is called They're Real by Benefit. Next we got my Amazing Lilies. Alright, so we're going to use a little bit of Too Faced Nude Beam. The same 242 Showgirl. Alright, and then we're going to take some Selfie, and that is the lightest shade. That's going to be right in the center. This is just going to help to open up the eye, give us a nice bright-eyed look. If you want more of a stronger look or highlight, you can also wet the color. And it helps to just solidify all of its loose particles, and it makes it really nice and shiny. So now I'm going to be using Maybelline's Age Rewind Dark Circle Eraser. And that's going to go right underneath my eyes. And I'm actually going to bring it down into a triangular shape. I have mentioned in my Snapchats a lighter one, which is in the Neutralize, that I like to hit just right here. And just a tiny bit right here. And then blend it out. I like to work really, really fast, especially because it naturally dries to like a matte. And then the rest I will just put on the forehead. So for my powder, I am going to use Medium Dark in Max Mineral Powder. And I'm just going to use that around my forehead. And just to lightly start my contour. This is going to be super, super subtle. I'm not really looking for a really strong contour today. I'm going to highlight with Maleficent MAC Powder in Natural. And I'm going to use Real Techniques setting brush. Really nice and light because it's really powdery. I don't want to make my eyes look too dry. This is called Prim and Proper by MAC Cosmetics. And you want to focus the blush more on the apples of the cheeks rather than this area here. So you grab the apple of the cheek and you stamp the color. Just like that. And now I'm just going to blend it in. So now we're going to do Sin City, which is this one right here. And I'm just going to use that right over the lash line. This is going to make our lash line look really smoky. Alright guys, so this is my look of the night. This is an awesome look that I love to do every single winter. It's just a natural soft matte skin with a bold lip and an amazing bold lash. This is honestly my everyday kind of holiday makeup. It's an easy way to look absolutely glamorous and sexy without too much effort. So if you like it, I will be posting all the details right down below, so look out for that. And just remember people, be good to those around you, and those around you will be good to you. So with that being said, please like and subscribe. Thanks for hanging out. I love you guys so much. Do good, be good. Mwah. Alright, so while this dries, I'm going to use the Too Faced. Oh. No! God, good thing I'm on a backdrop. Jesus. Boyfriend's gonna kill me.